mother of 4 children who were shot over the weekend in Brazoria County. 2 of the children died. To investigate, Mario Diaz has been examining what Oninda Romelis allegedly told investigators and is live from just north of Angleton in Brazoria County with those details. Mario.
Lisa, the 31-year-old mother allegedly told investigators that she sent her children to the devil and that when she pulled into this gas station and called 911 on Saturday, she wasn't expecting help. She says she was calling the devil.
All right, welcome back, Kings and Queens, y'all. I wanted to come back and give you a quick follow-up on the mother who killed her children, okay? She had 4 kids. She attempted to kill them all. Unfortunately, 2 of the kids succumbed to their injuries, and 2 of them are, I believe, now in stable condition. Houston area woman, Oninda Romelis, also featured on Paternity Court. And we didn't know the motive yesterday. The police, the investigators did not have a motive. It was an ongoing investigation. And it is just something that, unfortunately, these types of crimes and acts have become the norm in today's society. It is so unfortunate. I want to follow up. We're going to talk about it. All right. For those of you who are just tuned in, or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
Yes. This is really deep and dark, and it just doesn't make any sense. And according to the detective who interviewed Oninda Romelis, she stated she didn't call 911. She said, I called the devil. Y'all. KPRC2 Houston obtained the court documents, and the court documents detailed the state of mind that this woman was in when she shot all 4 of her children at a gas station. At a gas station, okay? Here in Houston, Texas. She's 31 years old. She's been charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. According to investigators, here's what happened. They received a call at 4:48 a.m. Saturday from a woman saying that they needed to respond to the gas station, okay? Now, when the deputies arrived on the scene, according to them, they found all 4 children inside the car, and all 4 children had been shot. Whew, Lord have mercy. Let me take a sip of my coffee. According to Sheriff Bo Stallman, he said 2 of the children, the 13-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl, was pronounced dead on the scene. The 2 other children, so there was one in the front seat, the 13-year-old, and the other 3 babies were in the back seat. The 2 other children, an 8-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl, were taken by life flight to a Houston hospital. They were in critical but stable condition. Oh, Lord Jesus. Romelis was arrested. She was booked into the Brazoria County Jail on a $14 million bond. Do y'all remember that? I just did a video on yesterday. She received a $5 million bond for each of the 2 murder charges and a $2 million bond for each of the aggravated assault charges. That totals the amount of $14 million. That's how we got there. Now, according to the deputies, when they arrived at the gas station, they saw her white car at the pump. And I guess they had to go back to look at the surveillance video, but the surveillance video shows that she pumped $56 worth of gas before the deputies approached her. So by the time they got to her, I don't know if she had an intent to flee or if she was on her way somewhere, but she had filled that tank up, okay? She pumped $56. She was headed somewhere. Unfortunately, they found the 13-year-old boy lifeless in the passenger seat. Damn. And the 3 other children that suffered Gunshot wounds were in the backseat, according to the records. And when Romales was questioned, investigators said she was alert. She was definitely alert. She was aware, but she wasn't making any sense. Okay? Whatever she was talking about, whatever was going on in her head and her mind, it wasn't translating well. It wasn't making sense to the deputies. And when they got her down to the jail and they started to interrogate her and interview her, they said she was acting real paranoid about her surroundings, and she kept looking at the door. And they made sure to notate that on record, that she seemed to be very, very paranoid. And investigators said Romales initially told them she couldn't talk about it, quote unquote. She couldn't, quote, talk about it, unquote. And then said, instead of them doing it to me, I'm going to do it to them. Instead of doing it to me, I'm going to do it to them. And when the investigator asked, do what? She responded, kill them all. When asked again by the detective, right? They're interviewing her. Why did you call 911? She said, I didn't call 911. I called the devil. Records say that Romales repeatedly stated she was ready to work, a remark that detectives said did not make sense in context. Oh, let me say this off the record, right? It makes sense if you're talking to the devil. It makes sense if you feel like you've been recruited by demons and they're asking you in your head, are you ready to work? It makes perfect sense for you to respond in a demonic way, I'm ready to work. When questioned about her children's whereabouts, she reportedly told detectives that they were with the devil, adding, they're dead. And because you can't take me without me taking you. She later said her children were dead to her, according to the documents. Y'all, sometimes when I peruse or I'm perusing through social media and I see these kids, right, acting out in rage, fighting, tempers flaring up for little to no reason, unable to control themselves, easily triggered to become violent, acting like wounded animals. And I say to myself, somebody's got to get a hold of that. Because imagine that as a full-fledged adult. And I joke a lot, but I be dead ass serious when I leave comments like, y'all are out here giving birth to demons. Y'all are out here giving birth to demons. She's a full-fledged demon. Y'all are out here procreating out of rage, hate, destructiveness. Love has left the picture a long time ago. People are out here having meaningless sexual encounters, unprotected. These babies are being born. They're not wanted. They're not being embraced. They're not loved. The mothers don't want them. The fathers don't want them. And then you get a nutcase like this who goes on record and states that she needs to off her children before they off her. And that she, in fact, did not call 911. She was calling the devil.